So the second element I want to talk about is the infrastructure and analytics that are required to be able to collect, analyze, and respond to information and data that patients provide to us. So how do we know that Bill is going to have a potential health issue based on his data? So before I do that, let's go to the second survey question here. So do you have or are you developing an organizational patient data strategy and the technology required for patient analytics? Yes, we have an overarching data strategy, we're aligned on the data strategy and are putting it in place, or we're not there yet. All right, so while you fill out that survey, this is a vastly oversimplified visual illustrating the kind of key components required to build out this capability. I think several of the speakers before me mentioned that technology is great as an enabler, but it is definitely not an end in and of itself. An integrated patient data set is a requirement in order to be able to know what's happening with your patients, analyze that data, and then be able to respond to someone like Bill with some information that may be helpful to him in identifying a potential health problem. Standing up a patient integrated data set is much easier said than done. I know organizations that have taken 18 months, 2 years to stand up this type of data capability, integrating data that they have in-house from patients, things like patient services data or opted-in CRM data sets, and integrating that with data from other providers, from their copay card providers, from their patient services, specialty pharmacy, et cetera. That database, of course, isn't helpful if you don't have the technology to feed data in and out of it, right? And scalability and flexibility is critical because those are significant infrastructure investments. And then, of course, the analytics capability on top of it, you have to be able to think about what are the business questions we want to ask and answer leveraging this data, right? Data by itself is no good to us unless we're able to use it to answer questions that are important to our patients and important to our business. So Bill's example was on the commercial side, but you can see several examples in market now of organizations that have used data, technology, analytics, digital, to be able to do similar things on the R&D side. So as an example, the GSK PARADE study in rheumatoid arthritis leveraged data and analytics and a mobile data set to be able to collect and track RA symptoms from patients and enroll all of their trial participants in under 2 weeks, very, very quickly for any of you who have worked to recruit and enroll trial patients. Similarly, Biogen partnered with Patients Like Me, mailed Fitbits to MS patients in the Patients Like Me data set, and were able to enroll almost 250 patients into a study in under 24 hours, unheard of. UCB, our previous speaker, Bharat, talked about some of the things they're doing to become patient-centric and leverage technology. Their partnership with Metadata is leveraging mobile technology, again, to allow patients to more easily track and record patient-reported outcomes, so the outcomes that are important to them during the course of their clinical trials. So we're seeing a lot of this being put into practice. All right, so how'd we do on our study? Not there yet. Yeah, this is really hard. I would say that for those of you that are in the 49%, don't feel bad. I think most of the organizations that we're talking to are really not there yet with a data strategy and the analytics to support the kind of patient experience that I talked about for Bill.